Welcome to all you Scorpios. Welcome for your monthly horoscope for Scorpio for July 2015. And I want to talk about three things that are happening during the month of July. And that is, first of all, the Jupiter-Saturn square. What's that all about? Then the Venus retrograde and conjunct Jupiter. And then last but not least, a lot of activity in another water sign, which is Cancer. So let's get started with the most important thing, which is this square that is going on. A square is always tension. It's always trying to balance two things. It's always, you can't have the one without the other. So in this case, it's Jupiter-Saturn. So we all will experience this energy of optimism which is Jupiter, versus pessimism, which is Saturn. We will all feel that we need to balance this a bit out. Jupiter is your fate, it's what you believe in, it's meaning in life, it's your growth. And Saturn is your structure. It is your structure, it's your discipline, it's your morals, it's this life, it's reality. So whenever they are in a square, it means that there is growth. Yes, absolutely. A very big potential even, especially with Jupiter and Venus there in the sign of Leo. There is growth, but you need to grow a bit, not exponentially, you need to grow step by step. And that's the best advice for all of us. Now let's have a look for you, Scorpio, in general. Where do these planets situate themselves? Well, Saturn has been in your sign for a long time. And actually it's, again, for the last degrees, the 29, the 28 degrees. So people who have Scorpio, sun sign, ascendant sign, a moon sign, even a Venus or a Mars or Mercury, we've got planets there. At the very end of Scorpio will feel this the most. They will feel the Saturn. In general, Scorpios have been dealing with facing their boundaries, getting more mature than they already are, because in general Scorpio is not a sign that just floats around. Scorpio is mostly a sign that wants to go deep and into the depths of the waters. So you have been doing that for quite a while, and you have been restructuring yourself, re-identifying yourself. This is going with me, this is not going with me in my life, whether it is a job, a relationship, friends, whatever. You have been really getting to the core, you could say, getting to what is very true and what is very true to you, which is very Scorpio-like. Scorpios, if they love one thing, it's, they better know the truth. So you've been doing that for quite a while. And it's going on again because Saturn is back into your first house. So a bit finishing touches doing. It's not as heavy as it was but it's those last pieces, Those last pieces can be annoying sometimes. It's the last piece of structuring, of sculpting, you could say. On the other hand, there is a huge opportunity and growth possibility when it comes to where Jupiter is. And it's in the top of your chart. And Jupiter and Venus are there together. So you get that pull, especially in July. You will get that pull of possibility and growth when it comes to 10th house is mostly work. It's our path in, you could say, it's our destiny, and for a lot of people that is work. They want to be seen for something that they're good at. But for others, it can be government, it can be a parent. So there is some growth there, and there is a tremendous amount of growth. And with the Jupiter there, Jupiter is also about teaching. So maybe you're going to start teaching. Or maybe your company is exploring the company of your own. Or if you work for a company, maybe you are going abroad for that company. Or you're going to work abroad. And you're going to like it. And even meet the love of your life, maybe. Because Venus is there as well. I'll talk about that in a minute. So these are all possibilities, but when they clash, it means that you need to balance the two. So I'm going to describe now, and how it will clash. It depends on your natal chart. It depends on who you are natally. There are two kind of Scorpios, you could say. You could say that you are the Scorpio number 1, for instance. If this resonates with you, the kind of Scorpio that's very serious, that's very strict towards themselves, that has an inner critic, that takes responsibility. I think Scorpio will tend more to the Saturn. But anyway, there are other Scorpios who tend to go more to the Jupiterian type. But let's say that you say, yeah, this resonates with me. I'm someone who knows my limits already. I know that. And I'm someone who knows that to work hard to get something in life. If you're that kind of person, then this is a warning to incorporate Jupiter and Venus a bit more in your life. In other words, to have a bit more fun in life, probably with work, probably with traveling, probably with what you do for a living. Because there is expansion now, and you will be pulled, and welcome that pull, welcome that optimism. So it's like, especially there for those who've got planets at the very end of Scorpio with the Saturn there, that will be the message. Open up a little bit. Don't know your boundaries, of course. You know your boundaries now. You know you can't do it all in life, but be a bit open as well. Open towards possibilities, maybe a promotion that you actually is right in front of you. So take it. Or maybe you are the other kind of Scorpio. Maybe you're a bit younger Scorpio, or maybe you have a strong Jupiter in your chart, or you have maybe a Sagittarius rising, or Pisces rising, or some planets there. Then you might be a Scorpio who is very much for the optimistic side of life, who is for the enjoyment, who loves to enjoy. There's nothing wrong with it, but you can go a bit to the reckless side. You know, when Jupiter goes too far, it becomes reckless. And then your advice could be, hey, mind your boundaries a little bit more. Be a bit more responsible. Be a bit more... know your limits. Know that you can't do it all. You can't do it all at work there and grab everything that you want and explore and expand limitlessly, because Saturn is going to knock on the door. Is maybe going to say, hey, because the first house is also our health. So maybe going to say, hey, mind your health. You can't do that all. You can't do work 24 hours a day. So it really depends on your own individual chart, but you will know it your best. Scorpio always know themselves a bit more in comparison to other signs. But they don't always want to admit it towards others, but they do admit it for themselves mostly. So it is a bit of a dance there between the two, but in a nutshell, there is growth absolutely coming your way, expansion coming your way, maybe something totally different when it comes to work, but take it easy. Don't jump into it. If you have a bit of an impulsive character, do it step by step, and that will bring you success. The other thing is that Venus is also there for a very long time in your 10th house, and this is really nice. It's going backwards actually, as from the 25th, 26th of the month. So it shows that you're standing still as well when it comes to that 10th house and what you like about it. Or maybe an office love or something like that. Or not necessarily office, but love at work. And you're reevaluating it, and if you're taking it slowly, this can be a very interesting relationship. And but again, there will be some responsibilities there. The Saturn saying, hey, you cannot have that relationship and the work. You must reassess yourself a little bit if you wanted both. So maybe work in the same company but in another department. Otherwise, you won't work with having all those butterflies in your stomach, in your belly. But that kind of energy, or for others, it might just be a very big love for work and and a very big opportunity also to maybe a love for work that you used to do. So maybe you're going back to an old job or something that you did as a profession and try and you will integrate it again. But again, do it gradually and you'll be just fine. Last but not least, there is a lot of activity in Cancer as well. So Mars will be there, all the male planets, and your ruler, Mars. Mars will be there, the Sun will be there, Mercury, the planet of communication, will be there, and it's all in your 9th house. So this is really good. Although it opposes Pluto, squares up to Uranus, just a couple of days. So maybe in the beginning it might be a bit of an adjustment there. But it's good to be active when it comes to 9th house issues. And what is 9th house? It can be travel. It can be connections with abroad. It can be publishing. It can be internet, connecting with other people. It can be you sending out your opinion in a way on a bigger platform, like maybe the internet, maybe YouTube. Starting your own channel. It's a good time to do that, by the way. What else is Mars? And studying, maybe to start a new study or to start teaching. Maybe it's a bit frightening in the beginning, but once you get started, you cannot be stopped. So it means your own effort, putting your own effort into the 9th house, or being very active, or maybe working with people from abroad. The law as well. It's very interesting month for Scorpios. It's a very multi-layered, multifaceted month for you, and so you will be a bit all over the place. I think it's gonna be a busy month for the Scorpios. But anyway, I hope this was helpful. I hope this was meaningful, and thank you so much, you dear Scorpios, for your support, for the ordering of readings, for the comments, for all the sharing that you do of these videos. Keep on doing that. It's very much appreciated. It's very much appreciated. And see you next month. Bye bye. Have a good month.